There were 64 participants at the beginning of the 1992 Olympic tournament. By the end of the fourth day, over half of us had perished. What kind of man plays this sport? Not a normal man for sure. Lunatics, maniacs, idiots, bloodmen. Men who are willing to die to cement their place in Vloonball history.
Vloonball, arguably one of the most controversial sports in the history of controversial sports. Precision, speed, power, sacrifice. These are the requirements one must meet before playing the sport of a lifetime.
Missouri State University, America's sacred pearl and the birthplace of Vloonball. Good morning, America. Welcome to Waking Up with Wood. I'm your host, Dick Wood. With me is Brad MaxiPad and Chad Testicle, young entrepreneurs and creators of the game that's taking the country by storm, Vloonball. Show us how you play, boys.
Thank you, Dick.
So basically, think of it as a smaller form of volleyball, except instead of using a volleyball, we use a balloon. And instead of using a net, we use a foldable table.
Soon after being on Waking Up with Wood, Brad and Chad would make one simple rule change. Instead of having the table face like how it would in a game of, say, beer pong, the table would then be flipped 90 degrees so that it would act as the dividing line.
You start with a serve. Your opponent has 3 volleys to return it back. Then you have 3 volleys to hit it back to him. We play until a point is scored when the balloon touches the ground.
And that's your point if the balloon touches the ground on your opponent's side.
Yes.
Well, it's pretty obvious in retrospect that Chad would go on to murder Brad and his wife and his kids. It was pretty brutal stuff, but by that time, his legacy had been cemented. But soon after, it became an international phenomenon with the establishment of the Bloomball Association of the Globe.
By the turn of the decade, everyone and their mistress were convinced that Bloomball was the next big thing. Everyone except
Mr. Ben Jurgenoff. The guy's a prick.
It was sport for children. No class, no respect. It wasn't like poodle clipping.
Pool clipping was an Olympic event in which 128 people competed before a crowd of spectators to see who could clip off the fur of the most poodles in a 2-hour time frame.
It's 1989. The chances of Vloonball entering Olympic stardom were all but gone. Until...
Good morning, Switzerland. We stand here outside the IOC building as VAG CEO Harry Butthole and IOC President Ben Jurgenoff have been discussing Vloonball's admission into the Olympics. You're currently watching AN4L News. I'm Chip Daly.
And I'm Tom Hanks. Vloonball is currently taking the world by storm, and it seems like world corporations are trying to simply catch up. Holy shit coming out!
Yes, indubitably, Ben Jurgenoff comes out first with Butthole right behind, who raises his hands in victory. Oh my God! Vloonball joining the Olympics. You heard it. Oh my God!
So they finally reached an agreement with Vloonball becoming an Olympic event in '92. It was an expeditious moment for the sport. Expeditious.
The stage was set, the road was paved, and the foreplay was finished. The time had come. The 1992 Olympics was the most anticipated event in human history.
Which was record-breaking. Over 10 billion people tuned in to watch the first Olympic Vloonball tournament. Little secret. There were only 6 billion people on the planet at that time.
What? But what people tuned into did not resemble a sport. What they tuned into mirrored a war.
Over half the participants perished by day 4. Members of the audiences were getting critically injured. It was without a doubt the most tragic event in modern history.
And yet, people still wanted to watch. People still wanted to play. That's how great the sport was.
But the worst was yet to come.
After further discussion with the 2 Olympic finalists, the Olympic Committee, and Scandinavian pop star August Anders.
August Anders. Woo! That August.
August Anders was an international pop star from Finland. He changed the course of music with hits like Dance Baby Dance, Finish Line, My Shoes Have Soles, Move Your Hips to the Melody, I Killed Tupac, Keeping It Fresh, and Caress the Area Betwixt My Balls and Butthole.
Now that guy was cool. The definition of cool.
August Anders. What a guy. We did everything together. We casinos, went to movies, hacky sack. He was like a son to me.
August Anders died attempting a skydiving parachute entrance to a New Year's Eve concert. On the way down, he lost course and got stuck in some trees, where he was later mauled and devoured alive by man-eating squirrels.
So they came to a decision.
The committee has decided that the final game of the Olympic Vloonball tournament will continue as planned. There will be no audience to limit fatalities. No further questions.
Rainer of Hamburger had already established himself as possibly the greatest Vloonball player of all time. He had won every single VAG World Cup since the sport's inception. He blasted his way through the competition and was now competing for gold.
Reiner seems to have misplaced something. It seems to be, and he's saying hold on. He's saying hold on to his opponent, and it's another middle finger. Reiner seems to imply that he is currently f***ing his opponent.
This guy was something else. Some say he was created in a lab in Berlin as a genetic experiment with nothing but Vloonball knowledge engraved into his DNA.
He had the weight of the whole country on his shoulders, but this was his chance. Germany could be the Vloonball champion.
On the other side of the foldable table was Sun Ing-wing, Asian American Olympian adopted and raised by farmers in the Deep South.
And it looks like that's George Washington riding a great white shark, superimposed in front of an American flag on his t-shirt.
He had the weight of the whole country on his back, but this was his chance. The United States could become the Vloonball champion.
Rainer completely dominated the first 2 games and looked like he was about to win the third and secure Olympic gold.
Absolute domination by Reiner.
Initially, a Vloonball game is played to 11, but you have to win by 2. A Vloonball match is played to 3. It's the best of 5.
Up 10-0 in the third, it seemed Rainer of Hamburger was about to win that best of 5. Until...
Reiner's showing obvious signs of heart failure, and for some reason Sonny just looks absolutely bewildered. Ben Jurgenov stated there would be no audience attendance besides the ref, so it looks like Reiner's gonna die.
And he did.
His heart exploded like a water balloon.
And as Rainer of Hamburger's corpse laid there, it seemed that Sonny had all but secured Olympic gold. Until...
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we've got a streaker on the field. He's running and he's tripped. He has tripped over himself. He's angry, but he keeps on running.
jumps. Nice little kick there. He's ducking. He's ducking down, looking for cover, checking both ways before crossing again. A little nice nose dive. Looking everywhere now. I hope he knows there's no audience in attendance. I'm not even sure how he got here. I'm not even sure why I'm here. Nice little cartwheel into a fall, and that's okay. He has hurt himself. He's running over to the benches, taking a little break, taking a little breather, checking for, I'm not sure what, he's doing dips now. Doing dips. He's reaching 90, so those did count. He's looking tired now, slowing down his pace, trying to swing his arms, taking a break mid-run. His legs look nice, good calves. Seems like he's swinging his arms wildly to fool the audience, which again isn't here, that he's running hard. And, well, it looks like he's approaching the table, and oh my god, it's Reiner.
An exact clone of Reiner of Hamburger had swooped in to save Germany's chances of winning gold. He called himself Reiner der Bratwurst. I f***ing called it. They were lab experiments. F***ing clones, man.
Since it was the same person, technically, no rules were violated.
And now they're doing the final check of the exam, the penis check, and the ref says it's the same. A very impressive 3 inches.
What's up, you American bitches? Thought you seen the last of me, yeah? Thought you had a little taste of Olympic gold? Oh, no. You better check into the Cuckold Institution, because I'm about to f*** your American dreams. I'm about to drop my blue nuts all over your boy's face.
The game went on, down 10-1. Sonny needed to score 11 unanswered points if he wanted to extend the match. It seemed unlikely. However, something felt different.
Despite switching up opponents, you could tell that Sonny was a different man as well. It was like there was a fire in his eyes. He had briefly tasted gold, and he wanted more.
And plus, we didn't know if this was the same Reiner. I mean, it looked like him. But was it the same Reiner in skill?
Was this the same Reiner in skill? That was the question that was on everybody's mind. It was.
Despite the death, the chaos, the violations of international human rights, at the end of the day, everybody seemed happy.
Was it the perfect Olympic debut? No. But every sport has its mishaps.
Was it worth it? Meh.
Yeah, it might not have lasted long, but for a while there, Bloomball ruled the world.
I cemented my place in Vloonball legend. And whether I am a clone or not, I still want it all. And that is what matters to me.